What's going on, y'all? Another week, another geek. We're back at it with another episode of the Why I'm Geek show with the homies AJ and Sung Jin ChrisyLite.
Ooh. Ooh.
That boy
I
Cole
need the
with
glow.
it. That
I
boy
need the
Cole
glow.
with it. Aura is rising as we speak. But as y'all can see, we are talking about solo leveling again. You know, I was actually trying to wait, bruh, till it was like over, because I don't know when it's finna be over. I feel like it's close for us to talk about it, but you know, Chris is like, nah, bro, we gotta run it. We gotta run it. So here we are. For Chris, how you feeling today, Browdy?
No, I'm feeling pretty good, man. Watching a lot of basketball. You know, my Terps did it. They made it to Sweet 16. They got a big time matchup against Florida this week. So I'm pretty hyped. How you doing, G?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Never seen so many UMD fans at the gym today. Everybody was wearing gear, bro. I was like, dang.
That's funny.
But other than that, bro, excited to get into this convo. You know what I'm saying? I've been talking about solo leveling like ever since like the series has been going. Like every week has probably been in my what I'm geeked about. But we've only talked about season 2 like once, maybe.
Yep.
So far. So a lot has happened since the last time we have talked. But the current scuttlebutt, I think that's how you say it, is the Jinju Island?
Jeju Island.
The ant fight, bruh. We here to fight the ants.
Yep.
So
the Chimera arc.
Yeah, exactly.
Wants to call it.
Yeah, for all our Hunter fans out there. And it's everything, like, it just keeps getting better, bro. You know, and I think that's more so where the discussion is gonna be today, because it's not necessarily like because you brought it up when we talked about it before. It's not necessarily like, oh, we got to talk about what happened this week. It's more so like we got to talk about the conversation around it.
Because there's a lot of convos around the solo leveling. Like every weekend it drops.
Yes, a lot of spoilers too. You know.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into that, man. We're gonna get into that.
Yeah, or will we? I don't know. So
yeah, I'll skirt around it for you.
Yeah, because Chris has read ahead, y'all. If you didn't know, Chris has read ahead. I am an anime only watcher. You know, but I stay away. I got a filter in my brain that helps me. You know, don't ask me how it works, but just know I have not been spoiled. But let's just talk the fight first. Best fight in the anime, hands down. Best fight probably of the year. How are you feeling about just the they didn't announce the name, right? But the name is everywhere.
No.
So Baru. I don't know how to say it.
Sure.
Black Ant. Let's go with Black Ant. The Black Ant went crazy, bro. I wish we could have seen the actual fight between him and the Japanese leader for the S-ranked hunters over there. But all we saw was another beheading, bro. Let's just who had more aura going into this fight, bro? Let's just start there.
Yeah, I feel like that's like the number one comment. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Everyone knows what aura farming is now because of this damn anime. It's crazy.
Facts. Like to me, aura farming used to be cringe, but this joint actually made it dope.
Yeah,
for some reason, you know, and I feel like it's hitting culture at a different level to where it's like the whole minus 400 aura or plus 500 aura thing. That's still corny to me.
Yeah,
but just like having that, because it's just a common thing that people say in anime, but it's usually either like called different things like ki or
exactly
like, you know, just different terms as far as like energy level. You know,
but
I think I don't know, bro. Like the Black Ant was looking fire, bro. Like I thought he was. I mean, he did go crazy, but like I was like, dang, I don't know what's gonna happen, bro. So what did you think about that, bro?
I mean, all right. So the problem with it is, I think the Black Ant just had amazing aura from the moment he arrived on screen to when
It
he
was
popped out of the
red.
cave. Yeah, it was red, and Solo Leveling did this thing where only recently where that color really starts to pop. But when he arrived, it was like massive.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, oh yeah, this guy is so different, and
Mhm.
all his movements was like he
Lightning
was
speed.
like skulking like this,
Yeah.
and then like moving fast, bow. So it was just he was on another level. But of course, Solo Leveling. I mean,
Yeah.
the main character just gotta always somehow one up.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, am I still there? Oh man, I
Dang.
disconnect.
Oh, you're back. You're back. You're back.
Dang.
Yo,
Like
you was talking too
RDC
crazy, bro. They try to cut you off. They try
They try to get me. They try to get me. I was about to spoil it now. But RDC World even dropped their own skit about it. Like,
Yeah.
how can I make this as cold as possible?
Yeah.
And even with the black ant coming through extra cool, vicious, it's just like, yo, this my show. Like,
Yeah.
so I just gotta go with them because it's just
Okay.
as soon as he arrives, like the episode started and the dude's shadows were already there. Like we went from exchange to who are these people? Like, he already know rolled up. You know?
And like, it's like the calm walk. The calm walk. And then everybody was like,
how'd you even get here?
Yeah.
He's not even answer. He don't even answer.
He like, what's understood don't need to be said, bro. It's like, but we don't understand. You know?
He's like, yo, don't worry about my powers. Don't worry.
Trip. Don't even trip. Yeah, I think it was like, I don't understand. So why do you think he's like so hesitant to show his full strength? Like somebody finna take it from him. Because he keeps like, because even in the midst of the battle, he was like, man, I could go crazy right now and like put the boost on all of my soldiers, but it's too many people here. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. And he's like, you know what? Matter of fact, y'all go hide behind this shield real quick, and then I'm gonna get active. You know, like, so he could have took the fight a different way, in a sense of just like adding more troops or just leveling them up like to the little purple stage. But you know, he was like, you know what? Nah, I'm finna just handle this by myself. You know,
I think it's as simple as that. It just seems like there are certain bosses where he himself he wants to go against it, really push himself to the max.
Yeah,
because pretty much now at all points in time he has the ability to quickly get in like a shadow person or bring in like one of his generals to help him out. But especially this fight, you would think him knowing everything's going bad, I'm about to exchange my way over there, knowing how hard this is going to be. It's not like it just stumbled upon him.
Yeah.
And yet he still was like, I'm a take it solo. Like, he just does it solo, bro.
Yeah. Like, it's crazy. And I think for me, I think the gamified ness, I guess. I don't even know what the word would be, but like how they gamify the plot essentially, and it's like the idea of solo leveling, it's like, yo, he has to be so high on like levels to be walking in the way that he do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would be scared, bro, a little bit. Like, he just be out here testing stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, like, this is like, because they even said it, the rest of the S-rank hunters, they was like, yo, he got too big-headed. Now he done got crushed. You know, but really he just ate that joint. Like,
yeah. I mean, even the ant was like, oh my God, another fake poser.
Yeah. And
then it was like, huh? Uh-oh. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, as a solo leveler yourself in games like PoE too, like, looking at it from that perspective, is that just how you got to go about it? I don't know. I mean, he wins every single time, but that's the whole point. But like, do you think how do you feel about that?
I I think he
Like,
it just I don't want to get too much on the aura farming thing, but
yeah,
it just makes it seem like
because I
I'm
get that
nice like
part.
that. Like I could eat a punch.
Yeah,
You know, like I know he's not gonna knock me out. I'm
right.
gonna make him like throw a haymaker so he know like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
this fight about to be different.
Yeah.
And even the Black Ant had to like transform to his new form.
Mm-hmm. He had to
Like
evolve.
he yeah, even he realized like, okay, I gotta pull out some stops for this guy.
Yeah.
So
He's like, I've
it was
gotten
just kind
fast,
of
and he's getting even faster. I'm like, how is this possible? You know,
yeah.
like he was
I mean,
us.
I mean,
Like
at that point,
watching
he
it.
was like, "Oh yeah, I'm in trouble." But he
Yeah,
like extended his claws out, and
it got real
it's
sharp.
just to me, he likes doing that, bro. He
Mm-hmm.
likes just stunting on him, just
Yeah,
everything.
nah, cause I get that. I get that. When I play games, that's how I play games. Like I want to
Yeah.
look the coolest while doing the most optimal thing I can, so that like
Kind
when
of like,
I
can I take
win,
his combo? That combo
yeah,
that knocks out everybody. Let me see if I can take it. And then he
mm-hmm,
does, and he's like, "Oh, okay." Like Mike Tyson, at 60 whatever years old, it's like, yo, maybe he
okay,
got one haymaker, and then he throw the haymaker, and it's like, oh yeah, I got this. Like I just feel like he just walked through like that, thinking
yeah,
I can survive any maximum hit the first time, and after that,
mm-hmm,
like we ain't gonna be playing no more games.
right,
And like you said, he got the shadows. So even
mm-hmm,
if he was actually in danger,
yeah,
like then we know immediately shadows would be coming through,
mm-hmm,
um, support for him figuring it out.
yeah. We also just lose all sense of like the area too, like as they're fighting, because like they're
Yeah.
all over the place, and I'm just like, yo, how is everybody in that room not dead? You know what I'm saying? Like I get that the was it Tusk or no? I don't know if it's Tusk. Was
Yeah,
that the one
Tusk's
Tusk?
a mage.
Tusk the mage, yeah. Everybody was hiding behind Tusk, and I'm like, okay, I guess they're protected. And I'm like, yo, what
Yeah.
are they seeing as well? Because they probably just see what we see, but it's like the light
Yeah, I would
battles.
guess it's like us, like
Yeah.
what we see. They're moving that fast.
Hmm.
I mean, how do you feel about? We kind of touched on it.
Yeah.
He's fighting them.
Hmm.
He's not even using his daggers yet. Like,
That's
how do you feel
flex.
about him walking into the
I
fight?
like it. I like that
Okay.
kind of like because in I forgot which movie it was. No, it wasn't a movie. It was during the Majin Buu arc
Okay.
when um Goku and Gohan was in not afterworld, but they was in Supreme Kai land or whatever. And there's the Supreme Kais. I forgot where they was at. But essentially Gohan and Trunks was about to fuse and fight Majin Buu. And before they got into their whole thing, they was about to do the dance. Majin Buu just socked him, bro. He didn't wait for them to
Yeah.
power up or whatever. And then Trunks is like, "What are you doing? That's not how we fight. We supposed to warm up, like supposed to, don't you want a good fight here?" And Majin Buu was just like, "Oh, I didn't know that's what we were doing." So it's like I like the natural progression of like the fight getting more and more intense,
Yeah.
but it's super cocky, bro. To just be
Yeah.
like, I'm finna just go straight hands first. Let me just see what it feel like.
And like they still was like, are we sure this dude's a mage? Like, what is he doing? Like,
right,
getting in close.
yeah. I mean, I think that should have been out the window already, just based off the physical feats that we done seen from him. Like, and not just us, like, because we done seen everything he's done, but also the
But they didn't even know his powers yet. So it's kind of like, yeah, you should have known if he's getting up close, it's for a reason. Like,
yeah. But I think it's like still, I think it's Young-Hoo, the guy that turns into the animal. He's seen him dart or shift, whatever you want to call it, so fast that he just moved faster than what he could track. Like when he first got labeled as a S rank hunter. So I think there's some wiggle room there, but
Yeah.
regardless, like for me, I think it's gotten to the point, and we can get into like the main topic of what we want to talk about today, to where solo leveling is so good that people are starting to not like it anymore.
Mm.
Like, and it's something that just happens in everything, honestly. When like a team, say for instance, like the Chiefs last year in the Super Bowl, everybody rooting for the Eagles just because they don't. I mean, probably had other reasons too, but the main reason was they didn't want to see Chiefs win again, get the three-peat and make history type thing, or you know, Skip Bayless hating on LeBron being goated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For a long time, and it's like you've been doing 20 years of this. And now it's like, I don't know. I don't think I was that bad, you know? Like I thought I was known for football and stuff like that. It's like, nah, no, you know. So even like the Cowboys or Ohio State or like any of my teams that, you know, apparently I just like all the America's favorites for some reason. I don't know. But might have to do some research on that. But it's like you like something so much that you just grow to eventually hate it because of the success, and like because now everybody's on it that might not have been on it right away, you know. So like, what are you seeing from like just like the comments on like people in the conversation? Because you more in that world than me. I don't really be in the comments like that. Like I just make my points and then, you know, I see my comments, but like I've been seeing other creators talk about the discourse. And I was just like, dang, that's how people really feeling right now. So like, what have you been seeing?
So a little bit two-part thing. I definitely see what you're talking about. A lot of people. I mean, you're on solo leveling heavy.
Yeah. Still.
I think a lot of people do like solo leveling. They love the fights and stuff like that. But because it's like we're already at this level, maybe like 20-ish, 25 episodes. I'm not sure how many episodes.
About to be on 25, I think.
It feels so fast, and everyone's so used to these other animes like getting there a little bit longer, where the main character is like S rank, boom, yeah, and we're getting to like it just feels so much like the Chimera arc. But I mean, I can't remember how many 100 episodes that is. It's a bunch.
Yeah.
Like, we're talking like probably already like 100 or something
till we get to that point.
Yeah, and like we're there already. The main character is already nice, and I think everyone loves the animation, loves the fights. They're just more of like they're accustomed to the other animes where we're slowly building up how nice our dude is, and then this dude is a little aura farming master. He done leveled up off screen, and now we back. Yo, I'm nice. Yo, what's the problem? And everyone's like trying to come to grips with that. And I could definitely see it as hate, because it's just like, oh, look at this guy. Oh, he comes.
Aren't y'all tired of seeing this already? Like he's gonna win anyway. What's the point in watching it anymore?
Exactly. And I feel like you touched on it at the beginning of the pod. Like this is the best fight that we've seen in the anime so far.
Yeah.
And I just don't see what's like wrong with that. Like the last one, I get it was a little shorter. It was a lot faster too.
Yeah.
Like stuff was popping off. And this one I just felt like was longer, and like I level up.
Yeah.
And I just feel like we are gradually leveling up the fights, but the space between the two is so short that everyone's just like, okay, now we're back to this new part, and we know he's gonna win, or he's gonna do his solo leveling or a farming get, and now he's gonna win. I'm just kind of like, I feel like everyone's just watched too many animes at this point that they just can't appreciate like this one.
Yeah.
Like if this was placed back 5, 6, 7 years ago, oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever. But now everyone wants it a little bit more drawn out, a little bit more character development, and then it's like, all right, now big fight. And because we just get so fast paced, boom. Right. And I mainly think that's where the hate comes from. And then
Mm-hmm.
the second part, I think you hit it on the hammer. It's that weird like gamified thing, how the character is a solo leveling. It's like a bit more video gamey.
Mm-hmm.
So then when he's versing like these bosses, it does kind of feel like a video game. Like you're watching the anime. It's a video game boss, and you're beating them on normal mode, and everyone's expecting like expert where
second phase.
Yeah, second phase, break his arm or something, come out in a casket, heal up like Naruto, or be in the hospital, like so I think it's just both those things. Okay. Everyone likes the old animes taking longer times, longer arcs, and then the video game aspect of, all right, this dude's playing on normal mode. Where's the super hard boss? And we thought the Black Ant was going to be like that.
Yeah. What I would say to that is, I think mainly like, I think where people see solo leveling and see like no character growth or no like character development, no like different arcs and stuff like that, and have a problem with like how fast the pacing of the show is moving. I wouldn't say that it's moving too fast. I think they're just moving efficiently, right? Because if we take a look at like different animes, like One Punch Man, the whole gimmick of that series is that he's strong enough to hurt or kill anything with one punch.
Yeah, one punch.
And it's like no matter how we get there, but we know when it's time for him to get serious, is all it's going to take. And the fun is in seeing the different ways that he goes about it and seeing everything that happens up and leading to that.
Yeah.
So with like solo leveling, I think the efficiency of we're only being 24 episodes in, and he's done beat a lot of bosses, but really he just beat the first boss in the king of that realm or whatever. Not even. I'm not even talking about the Black Ant. I'm talking about the younger before that Black Ant, where he got the elixir of life. Yeah. So like I feel like that was a major plot point that we have been grinding for essentially since the beginning of the series, because it led to him being able to heal his mom. And when that episode came out and we finally get to see Jin-Woo, Sung Jin-Woo show some emotion of like him being able to finally bring his mom back, that's like the least rated show. Like, I mean, least rated episode. Like, people are not rocking with that for some reason. So it's like, I think it's a situation where people are not necessarily, they know what they want, but when they get it in a way that's like not what they have been used to, it kind of like off put by like, I gotta find something wrong with this, and you get into that realm of the internet where it's like, yo, relax, bro. Like, just enjoy the show. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see as far as like what they could have done to draw this out anymore, other than us getting to see, the fight with the Japanese S rank, the top S rank Japanese guy. And even in that, if we see Baru struggling with him, that just means that that's less impactful whenever he goes to fight Sung. You know what I'm saying? Like, that means that it was more difficult, and then when it's time to go fight them, it's like,
yeah. But I think most people's like gripe with it is kind of like, you grind all your way to the Demon King, and you pretty much beat him, right? You could say he barely beat him or whatever, but now we get to this island. Every single S rank done struggled, like every single one couldn't even pretty much stand up to him,
right?
Couldn't even track him actually.
Yeah.
And oh boy got his head sliced off immediately. And he was supposed to be the strongest one at that compound when they were going toe to toe, and then they like stopped the fight between them two.
Oh, you talking about the Brawler dude, right?
Oh no, the
Japanese
S
guy.
rank.
Yeah. Talking about, the main guy. Yeah.
And he got his head sliced off. And from the fight that we saw last episode, I mean, technically he wasn't even going his hardest. Like he didn't even do 90% of his powers that he versed Jin-Woo with. So I think that's like mainly what everyone's like gripe is. Like on other animes, they would have had that little fight, show the power difference, at least show a little struggle, at least showing them dodge some stuff. And it's like, yo, how's the main character actually gonna beat this character? Like, we don't know. He's about to pull out the same things. And then like when he fights him, maybe he says, okay, all the same stuff we saw 3 episodes ago, I'm gonna just transform to his little claw form or whatever. And then it's kind of like, oh, he's at a new level. So now the whole playing field's different. Like he's faster, he's stronger. He got new moves. So that's why it's gonna be different this time around. And I just think a lot of people remember watching other animes, like how drawn out a fight can be, and just see it go from this episode to the next, and just like, I don't know, man. Like they use that as like I don't like that. That's too fast. That's too quick.
Yeah, it's too easy.
I like the fight, but yeah, too easy. And that kind of gets into the second point of it being kind of like a video game. Like, hey, my dude done leveled up in the game. This is supposed to be a tough boss, and you beat it first go. It's kind of like some people would view that as, that boss wasn't hard, or I don't even remember that boss. And then, but if you died to a boss 2 or 3 times, you're like, dang, yo, that boss, you know, you call up your friend and be like, yo, yeah, that boss is hard.
Right.
And it just seems like for the solo leveler, I'm rolling through again.
But it's also, you got to think, so if we talking games, right? We talking games. In some games, like in, let's say, for instance, I'm playing God of War right now, right? God of War Ragnarok. I could just fly through the story and go back and then fight all the bosses, or I could go as I please and fight them a little bit under level to get an even more crazy experience, but also get bodied a lot in the process.
Now, and I think that's where the hate comes from. Everyone feels like they're watching how long to beat the game right now. They're watching just the dude speed leveling through the main. Yeah, and they can't enjoy it themselves because they've seen so many other animes where they do a little side quest, they do a little more character development here, they do another side character. Oh, now he's struggling. Like I know there was one of my friends, his major gripe with the whole training scene with all the S ranks was like all the other S ranks, they weren't doing any moves that was like super special, where it's like, oh, I see why you a S rank. Wow, you kind of nice. Like, okay, Shikamaru, I kind of like your abilities. And some people like that feeling. Like, okay, you're maybe not be the best character, but I kind of like that move, and maybe, you know, tactically you might be nice, or you're my favorite Hashira. I kind of like the way these moves look. When you skirt through that,
you sacrifice for the aura farm, bro.
Yeah,
you sacrifice it for the aura farm. They was about to get too crazy. Let me stop you real quick. You know?
Yes, and I just feel like that's where the hate comes in. And like you're saying, it's kind of like I'm nitpicking over here, so I can hate on the main subject, which is the solo leveler. But I can get people's opinion on that, like, because there's other like we've seen a lot of animes where you know, they'd be having them fighting tournaments, and then they'd be like, I do not care about these other characters, but it's still a whole episode. It's still a whole like, okay, I see what they're rocking with. I see the power differences. The main characters are still good, and solo leveling just says, nah. Like we'll this dude spits fire, shoots fire. Guess what? The fire ain't working on this boss. On to the next. Like,
Right. But I feel like at the same time, you could tell kind of like which characters are going to be important and who's not as you're watching. I feel like based on.
You think so?
Based on, like, for one, like how unique their design is, but also like if they have any like quirks about them. Like the eye patch dude obviously can get stronger, like not like a solo leveler, but like he has untapped potential that he has to like access, that he can only access when he gets in like a crazy state or whatever. But or it's just like uh Hunter Che or Cha, the one that got bodied that he can't heal right now.
Yeah.
Got you know, she's had her whole like different instances where she got like the smell thing, or like they give you little hints and clues of like who we need to pay attention to, you know. So I think for me, just because like I watch a lot of different things, I find myself a lot of time like accepting like certain qualities about something before I watch it, essentially. Where it's like by the time we got to like, I mean, I guess like I don't know if I could put a number on it, but like I feel like once we got past that when he fought the snake in the first season, I kind of understood. I'm like, okay, nah, this is how it's going to be. So it's not necessarily like I'm preparing myself every week for him to just whoop everybody, but it's like that's a quirk or quality of the show. That's what makes this show different, because they're saying to you, like, that's a decision that they're making, that it's like, yo, I'm telling you, it's not important to see this fight between the Black King Ant, or the King of Black, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, Ant, versus this character we can't even remember his name. We've been trying this whole time, can't even remember his name. Because if I could get rid of him immediately, while also showing you the impact of like, yo, this man got bodied in 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And now you finna go and fight Sung Ji-woo, see who the real Human King is. Then I can spend more time in the show focusing on that fight. So it's a game of like push and pull. And I feel like they lend on the side of like, how can we be the most efficient, min-max the most we can out of this series to, you know, possibly get onto something else. I don't know how long solo leveling is. You know what I'm saying? But I think they're doing it in an efficient way that I still enjoy.
But you can see that how that's like more video game like compared to like what animes normally go with.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a manhwa. So like that might have something to do with it too. You know, I don't know. But it doesn't affect me enough to where it's like, man, like, oh, I can't rock with solo leveling anymore because they didn't show me this fight, or I can't rock with solo leveling anymore because they chose to aura farm, or over me getting to see this certain move or whatever. Like, because at the end of the day, it was a sparring match. That's what I'm like. At the end of the day, that was a sparring match. So they don't even have all the items that they would have when they would go into a real fight anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, as long as it's not like the main group, I'm cool. I feel like the main group got their time to shine. And then they hit the switch and it was like, oh no, we all finna die.
Yeah.
You know? And then it's like, all right, exchange. Boom. Like, if they don't flip that script in that point, that exchange moment don't hit as hard, bro.
True. So, if they don't have that dire situation where
I'm saying,
like, yo, they actually are dead. They are so underleveled for this fight. Like, yeah.
And that's
y'all
part
should
of the
not
show,
have came back to this island for the
stronger.
4th time.
Right. Yeah. Like, that's part of the show. They can't get stronger. So it's like, yes, they can have a lot of experience, but it's like they can only do, you know, so much. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I get why I can always understand why people would, you know, not like something or find fault in something. Nothing is perfect. But for me, it's just like, nah, I think y'all bugging a little bit. But I think it's just got to the point where it's like everybody's talking about it, where it's like, but you know what? That's actually not true. Let me tell you why, you know? I think it's like one of those situations.
And I feel like when you think about Shonen Jump characters, like their character arc is always like a slow, gradual progression from
Mm-hmm.
kind of like where Solo Leveling starts. My dude's super weak. He's the worst
Yeah.
E rank hunter ever. Blah
Mm-hmm.
blah blah. All he does is die, and you slowly see and grow. That character grows, beats lower level bosses quick. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. That quick turnaround, like
Yeah.
I think all the viewers knew when he was S rank. They knew, hey, nah, he's ready to go like body to body with all y'all. Like,
yeah.
like as soon as he did the test and there's like, oh, we got a new S rank hunter. I
Mm-hmm.
think anyone would say, yo, give me the best, bring on the best one right now. We want to see that fight immediately. We want to push the limits
Mm-hmm.
right now. And to be honest, after this fight, I mean, we know the answer.
Yeah. I agree.
And some people just don't like that. Just
Yeah. But I don't get it. You know? Okay. So because it's also like, so like now that we got that out the way, I understand why people are not really like
the hate.
The hate is starting to bubble with Solo Leveling. Like, we also got to talk about something that I said. I don't know if it was on the podcast or we were just talking, but after watching, I don't know what episode it was, but any episode of Solo Leveling, I'd be so hyped after. I'd be like, yo, Solo Leveling is better than Invincible. Something like Invincible.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like I said that, right?
Yeah.
And that might have been the hype talking. I don't know. But, you know, story-wise, I do understand the frustration that people have as far as like, where are we actually going? You know? Because that's where I'm at. I'm at the point where I'm just like, I want to understand like what the point of the game is, but also like, because at this point I've already accepted, like I was saying, like I make exceptions when I watch stuff. Like if something's like not necessarily too good to be true, but if I see a pattern, I'm just like, okay, like where somebody might see a problem with it, I see it as like, okay, that's an element that they did on purpose and is a part of the show now. How does that, affect everything else? If I know that regardless of like how hard the fight is, that most likely Sung Jin-Woo is going to win first go, or the show is finna be over. What does that mean for the rest of the series?
Yeah.
And because they show all these other people for a reason. They're not just cutting away at these critical moments just because like, oh dang, we just need to give people a break from this amazing action. Like, nah, like this is leading to something. So like just as much as I feel like his leveling sequence is fast, the story is really getting drip feeded. They really taking their time with like building in this overarching narrative. So like how do you feel about that as far as like, since where it's going, where we're at right now without saying what's gonna happen,
Yeah, don't worry, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is why I read ahead. This is probably the number one reason why I read ahead, because it definitely is so confusing. Like where are we going to?
Mm-hmm.
And I can't answer exactly what you're asking.
Yeah.
But I will say this is the reason why I read ahead. And when I go on Twitter, man, do people want to explain it because of kind of a back and forth of that hate and questioning of like, hey, so are we leading somewhere? Does this lead? And of course, it's a freaking story, everybody. Of course, it leads somewhere. But it's just kind of like, it's tough having like the full product out and everyone being just as excited to share it with you, because some people just cannot hold back. Like, like where are we going? And like you said, like deep down, the show is called Solo Leveling. Like, so
yeah,
I get where you're coming from where the story's already shown you, but I mean, it's going somewhere.
Yeah.
It's
I
going
have faith in
somewhere.
it. Don't get me wrong. I have faith that
Yeah.
it's going somewhere. I'm just more so like, that's where my curiosity lies, outside
I
of just seeing where these fights, like
and
seeing these dope fights every single week, you know?
and I think the show probably could have done better earlier, doing a little bit more
Mhm.
to make you feel more comfortable, because probably I feel for you right now. This is a point where you're like, okay, so where does this lead?
Yeah.
But the show kind of has a little setup where it kind of just makes sense.
Mhm.
But the problem is, if you go searching that question online right now,
Yeah.
yo, there's just too many people that want to give you that answer, and I'm just like, yo, why? Like,
Yeah.
you don't need to know, and you wouldn't want to know. Like how we started off the pod. Like, I don't even know why people want to reveal the names.
Yeah.
Like, that's so weird.
Yeah.
And
And even when they did it, it wasn't in a way that was like, you know, inconspicuous. It was just like, yo, this Jin-Woo Baru fight is crazy. And I'm like, who the heck is Baru? You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Who the heck is that? And it's like, oh, it's probably the ant. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah.
and it sucks because, like, after seeing the Demon King fight and seeing him not be able to resurrect him and have him become part of his horde or army or whatever, and it's like, because I guess he was too strong, or he wasn't strong enough, or didn't have enough, whatever the stat was, getting to know his name just telling me like, yeah, he's probably going to be able to do it this time, you know, like, so, like in the next episode or whatever. But and I'm gonna get into my predictions to see, like, what, just give it what I think where it's going.
I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, I just think like all these little nuggets are going to be important at some point. It's just like we haven't gotten to the point where it's like, oh, this is the thing. This is what we've been stepping towards.
For sure.
Because the world building elements that they do have in it is like, they initially established that in a world where magic and monsters and powers exist, once you get it, you can't get any stronger. It's set. There's nothing you can do. And then we get, boom, solo leveling aspect, but you have to go through a crazy thing to get that. So it's very rare. But then also we have the whole battle between all the different guilds, the hunter guilds. Now we got different countries involved. They are trying to do some backdoor stuff where it's like, oh, how can we make ourselves look the best for this crazy situation in the most recent episode. And then randomly, you know, we find out Jin-Woo does have a dad, you know what I'm saying? And he's on his way back from America. He just put pause on somebody who don't know his situation, you know? And Sung Jin-Woo could technically, you know, cure the world by just maxing out these like revive things, that the circle of life little bottle that saved his mom type thing. But it's also like, nah, no, I can't just explain this to everybody, because then, you know, everybody in my life probably gonna end up being a target for something. So it's just like, there's a lot that is here, and I feel people with their frustration. I'm like, yo, I just want to get there, you know? And it's like, I'm just, at this point, I'm just like, I don't even want to get too deep into it, because if I do, then I might end up getting disappointed, you know? And it just be like, oh, this is why we had to wait so long, because the center of this story was so weak, you know? But it's like, if you ask me, if this anime is just, all right, every week we're going to see Jin-Woo go up against another crazy enemy, and we get to see him go crazy and continuously go crazy and get more items and get more things, sign me up. I'll watch that too. But I am of the belief that there is going to be something deeper here that's like more than what we have seen so far. So that's just where I'm at with it.
True.
You know,
And I feel like, And I feel like, especially from reading it, when I watch the episodes, they do add a little bit more to everything. Like the panels are pretty much the same story, but I mean, there's a little bit extra nuggets in there that like rounds it out a lot more.
Yeah,
so
like a narrative, like an actual narrative.
Yeah, and a little bit
subtext.
Extra stuff that would make a lot, like it's clearly not in it at all, but it would make sense that they would talk about this or discuss this before then get into the very next panel.
Yeah.
So that's a little benefit of the anime. They definitely are doing a good job to try to round out the story a little bit more. That maybe the author thought, like, yo,
had enough.
Yeah. Like I read it again myself, and I kind of agree. I probably should have thrown in like here, thrown in this. And I'll say this too: the way they cut off the episodes, it's just so interesting because like that's not really how it works in
like how it ends in the manhwa or whatever.
Yeah, it really does not end how it does in the anime at all. It makes it a little bit more exciting, but
crazy cliffhangers.
To me, to me, it just kind of like rolled through like, all right, cool. Like this is the end of the chapter.
I think that's a post production thing. Like I don't think that's. I think that's like, oh, this is how you win every week on Crunchyroll right here.
I think you're right. I think
that's what it is more so than the book itself. So I get that. Yeah.
So there's just a little bit other stuff that it kind of just makes the anime a little better, more well-rounded, and like I said, just stay away from Twitter X because as many haters are that there are, there's a lot of fans, and these fans want to share it with you immediately. Like just a little like hint of getting to that chapter, it's like, bah, here's all the info, and I'm like, bruh, like,
it's all in a Google document. Like it's like, no. Yeah. But is there anything else before we get into predictions? You have anything else you want to talk about?
No, I just love the animation of this fight. I mean, it's a top tier fight, top tier animation, and geez, like was
that red and blue was going crazy.
If you started buying I see people walk out of Books A Million, our local Books A Million, quick with Solo Leveling. They stopped by the freaking stand with Solo Leveling.
Yeah,
like, oh, this is should I get? I don't know. So if you go in and get it, anyone, I understand. I completely understand.
Yeah,
but just so you know, keep watching the anime because the anime has a lot more nuggets, and man, do those fights look a billion times better, like a billion times better.
That's why it's like, as much as like we could talk about the whole series, like, and go in depth to what has happened up until this point, I don't think it matters, but I don't think that's the conversation that is really needed. Like, you should go watch it for yourself, like, and then you could be able to, if you haven't watched it already, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like this, what we talked about today, is what people been having conversations about, at least from what I've seen. And
a main conversation is how, after one fight, like, how high is this Solo Leveling craze gonna go? So, because it's getting up there, bro. Like,
so like that's the thing too, right? Because like, in games like Pokemon, right? There's like specific YouTube videos I've seen where it's like they just use one Pokemon the whole time, and they reach the level 100 and see how far they can get. You know, and it's essentially the same thing that Solo Leveling is doing, but we don't get to see what level he's at anymore. And I think like the only gimmicky thing that, I won't say bothers me, but I just notice, is that like for certain skills that are not passive, how he activates them when he needs it.
Hey, yo, how he get that upgrade right when he needed it?
That's what I'm saying. You know,
was he all killing an ant in the corner or something?
I think he's just stacking up skill points at this point. You know, and it's like, you know what? I don't need this right now. I might get something.
Yo, the game done paused for him. The game,
that was crazy.
Slowed up and said like, "Oh, you done leveled up."
Like, bro was like, and eyeball right
Yeah.
here. Boom, boom.
It was like right at his eye, right?
Yeah, mutilation. Go crazy. Level max. I was just like, bro, that's hard.
Oh yeah, you're right. It went like him getting it to him using it, and then it was like max level. Like, dude have unlimited XP. He done stacked it up like you said.
So there's that to it as well. But it's like maybe now, like, as we get to predictions real quick, maybe now after everybody has seen it, we can get a better explanation of how it works if he does end up sharing it. Because I think, just where my brain is going, I think he's going to have to do something he hasn't had to do in a while to save this girl. And that is, he's going to have to resurrect the healer. And the healer that got bodied that didn't want to go to the island. That's what I think he's going to end up doing, because why else would he look back like that? You know? Or, because I don't know what he's looking at. Like, because he doesn't have, he's still, his timer for his next exchange is too far out to essentially save her. And I'm like, all right, if none of your potions is working, who can we get here to heal you fast enough? Or like, where can we go to get you healed fast enough? So like, I think, because that's the only thing that he has done to where, outside of like when he had to kill those people, but they was about to kill him. So it makes sense that, you know, it's just crazy that it popped up as a goal, task or whatever, like for him to do.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like reviving real people, because like with the tank build, forgot his name. What's the tank called? I can't think of it. But heavy. I think it's heavy, right? Is it heavy?
Iron?
Iron. That's it. Iron.
Yeah. Okay.
Iron. Yeah. So like
heavy. Yeah, I like that too, bro.
Like, oh, put me in the credits. It's like, no. But he ended up murking him and bringing him back when nobody noticed, and nobody talked about that after either. So it's like, it gets dark in some portions of it, you know. I don't know how far he's going to have to take it to save her life, but that's my prediction, y'all. That's what I think is going to happen. Yeah, and I'm just at the point where I don't know what the heck going. Well, I like it though, you know.
Do you have any prediction of what happens after the Chimera arc?
Depends on how much they caught on tape and what they were able to see, but I think it's going to become a situation.
That's a good observation.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to, like, I think there's going to be like a faction war, essentially, where it's like all the different guilds or whatever, like they were already fighting over him, but like he's going to have to become like a separate entity from the Hunter Association, and that's where his dad going to pull up and be like, yo, back, this is how you work this thing. And then boom, we get the game. Like we get the real game or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because technically he on the run. So I don't think we're going to spend that much time with his dad, but we're going to spend enough time once they get past the dad, and they get to see the husband thing and wife and his daughter and stuff like that. And then he's like, all right, y'all gotta go back to the monster world, handle some business, you know? So that's as far as I could go from my brain.
Gotcha. Yeah.
That's where I'm at with it. I think it's a whole other situation that's not even on this realm of existence as well, if what he says is true, you know? But we not even there yet. That's the thing. So
yeah, I would definitely say it's really hard to nail it right now. But I like your predictions. They're pretty good. They're pretty good.
Yeah, because I thought the season was going to end when he brought his mom back, but then it was like, oh, we keep getting
true. I mean, that was a good point too.
Yeah, like I thought it would have ended right there, and then the whole Jinju would be a whole season in itself.
Exactly. Yeah.
But hey, I take it. Um, yeah. Let us know what y'all think about Solo Leveling in the comments, man. What would you rate it out of 10? And are you
is this
staying
the
away
biggest
from the
anime?
spoilers?
Is this really gonna be the biggest anime for the next few years?
Well, no, I mean One Piece still up there, bro.
Hey, I saw it pass a few One Piece episodes. They was posted, it was hype and everything. They was like, yo, we passed this One Piece episode, we passed it.
Those
All-time
ratings are
highest
like,
viewed.
yeah, those ratings are like, I don't know. I feel
Hey,
like
they
they just
starting.
be putting numbers up.
Hey, they farming themselves.
9.6, 9.8. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, we'll see. We'll see how it all shakes. But, I think Solo Leveling is dope.
Yeah,
And I've been talking about it for like since it came back out. But that's all I got for that. You got anything else before we talk about what we geeked about?
The way they ended that episode.
Just eyeball.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I don't know how many more episodes are gonna end too.
Probably like 30.
Dang, that'd be nice. But yeah, shout out to Solo Leveling. Best anime out right now.
Yep. What you geeked about, bro? Get a while left field. You gotta think about it.
So I finished Parasite this weekend.
Okay.
That was good. That was
Can we get a score?
I mean, I think it kind of fell off towards the end. But I think the meaning overall was really deep. Like really, really, really deep. So I'm gonna give it like a 9. I really don't think they try to make animes like question life as much as they did with that show. And I just feel like if you ever like go back and rewatch that, you can find a lot more meaning behind like what it means to be human, morality, all that type of stuff. What does it mean for like another species and like coexisting and all that type of craziness. It was just really deep, meaningful. And I mean, ended on like the most wackiest, craziest like way. Like I was just like, yo, like,
perplexed.
Yeah, you try to give me a heart attack. Now I'm sad. Now I'm happy, but now I'm sad. I was like, yo, I don't know what's going on.
Is it like Demon Slayer feels though? Where they try to make you feel something like that, like feel bad for like when they slay a demon and you go see their backstory. Is it that?
No, it was more like
cut.
Like, yo, we like. There's only a few episodes left. There's like 2 episodes left, and we going out dark. And then it's like, all right, we going out happy. Then it's like, dang, we going out dark.
Yeah.
And it's like, psych. And I'm like, it's like psych, bye. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. Like, you did not have to do that for the last like two episodes because we was just doing a nice little journey. Like, you was telling the story, and then all of a sudden you're like a random roller coaster ride. But I really do like it. You definitely kind of can feel like it's an older anime. But it was definitely worth the ride. And I'm starting up My Hero. I'm on season 3, around like episode 34-ish or so.
I almost brought My Hero up. We was talking today. I was like, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah, I'll be there in a few. But my Hero's cool. It's it's just funny because like it like some episodes be like high, and then some other episodes I'd be like, yo, this is just like a normal Saturday cartoon like anime. When I turned it on, I was like, all right, next. Let me get through this.
Yeah. The only thing I was gonna say, it's not spoiling anything, is like the whole conversation we were having about like training arcs and how people want to see that character progress. Like that's My Hero is that. Like like it's like a real short burst when he get powers, but after that it's like a slow burn. Like him like
because I just
or whatever.
I just got through the part where they redo or go through like the teacher training exam, and then
Yeah.
they have to fight All Might.
They get the
And
licenses or whatever.
Yeah, and I was just like, bro, come on now. Like we know deep down this man would decapitate y'all. Like
Yeah. It's sort of
but
like when in Naruto when Kakashi retested Sakura in Naruto
true.
with the bells,
Exactly.
the bell test.
And that just brings back to our pod, just like most people do like that aspect of like, all right, we done trained, we done did all this, we fought new people, we went through a freaking tuning exam, all that, and now let's retest it with All Might, even though we know All Might's not gonna go crazy. Just to feel like we done leveled up.
Yeah.
But My Hero's great. I really do enjoy watching it. It just definitely has those highs and lows, and I'm glad I have a lot more to get through. And I'm probably gonna be powering through a lot of it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, man, One Piece is back, isn't it? It's coming back next month.
Oh yeah, I started hearing stuff about it again. Yeah.
I saw a little thing and I was like, yo, I done messed up. I messed up, y'all.
That's my one opportunity.
Yo, I missed my one opportunity. It is going to be very hard for me to catch up on One Piece, but I will try. That'll be a breaking news podcast when I join it back up. But
yeah,
what you geeking about, G?
First things first. I've been watching White Lotus, bro. Finished season 2.
Well, I haven't finished that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I thought
how'd you feel compared to season 1? Better or worse?
It's better. It's better. Season 2 is better, mainly because of like the way it makes you feel about each situation. Damn, I was really finna spill the beans. I wanted to. I thought you finished that joint. I'm glad you said something. So like the first season was more like, I can't believe some of these conversations that we're having at the dinner table right here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like now. And I'm like, oh, I guess this is what really happens. Like they put the White in White Lotus in that first season. You know what I'm saying? In different ways. Not just like, you know.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah. Like it's not MAGA central, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? They do what they do. Yeah. And that's like the point.
Definitely a stereotype of
yeah, like that's the point of the series. And then it's like flip when it's like at the end where Shorty ruined my man's whole life. And I'm like, dang, bruh. It's crazy. Can't believe this. And then somebody dies, bro. I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
That's what that hit. So it's like I left season 1 with more questions. But then I was like, okay, nah, like, cause like they start you at the end in both seasons. Season 2 as well. So then you're just working back a puzzle type thing. And the word that comes to mind when I think about season 2 is just gaslighting. Because it's like, yo, there ain't no way, bro. This is what I'm gonna say. There ain't no way they just keep going out like this, bro. I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. And it's like,
okay.
It's like they tell you one thing and they do another, but they also tell you that that thing that they did was something else. But the person they telling don't believe it either. And then they put the weird music behind it, and you're just sitting there like, bro, what the heck is going on? Like, what is the show, bro? So, you know, and they brought some of the characters from the first season on that show too. So it was like, okay, not completely different, but it's like, because it took me a minute when I first watched it to realize like, oh, the White Lotus is not like, I'm thinking it's gonna be like some secret cult or something, but it's like, no, it's just the hotel.
Yeah, it's just the hotel. It's not just the hotel. Deeper than that.
Yeah, like I was thinking like, oh, I can't wait to see what this is gonna be, but it's like, nah. Yeah. So I finished season 2 of that, going on to season 3, which I think is still, it might be still airing episodes. Yeah, so I got a little bit to catch up on that, and then I'll be able to have a full convo about it. I told you again. I started not rewatching, but watching these. But I also actually seen Magazine Dreams today. That movie it's not what I expected, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it's another case where the actor is better than the movie.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like, and it's Jonathan Major's like first movie back, but it was filmed before the whole thing came out. So it's like, I don't know if this is like the monkey that gets off his back or whatever or what, but you know, there's mixed reviews out there. You know what I'm saying? Because that joint does get weird. I'm not gonna cap. It gets weird. It's just like,
Ooh, the way you say that is, I gotta get that. We need that full review then.
Nah, I don't think I could do it justice, bruh.
Oh.
I don't think I could do it justice. Mainly because it would have to be more of like a rant than a review than anything, you know? Because it's like it's a lot that goes on in that joint that it's like, dang, I don't even know if I have the words to really explain it. And it's like, do I dare dip my toe? Do I dare dip my toe? You know?
Hey, comment down below. He gotta do it.
I got the
G's in the comment section from the post it, y'all.
I got the voice note. So I got what I said. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Throw short.
I got two. I'm behind on two things already.
Gotcha.
So I gotta get the Mickey 17 out, and yeah, and that one. If it depends on what comes out before that, because Sinners might be out before I get to that. So I'm definitely going to talk about that joint. But I saw Magazine Dreams today, and then I started watching Craven. But let me say this though. I'm giving Magazine Dreams a 7 out of 10. I think the actor is better than the movie itself. That's all I'll say. Like the performance was like, yo, he going crazy. But the movie was like, oh, they doing a lot, bro. Like, this is nuts. And what else have I seen? I mean,
you said you started watching Craven?
Oh yeah, I started watching Craven, and they got me confused on the character now. After playing Spider-Man, I'm just like, where were they going with this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. They're giving him like the superhero treatment right now. Where I'm
at. Is that another Sony movie?
Yeah, it is.
Oh man. So I'm a yo. Someone's gotta be fired, huh?
It's on Netflix for a reason already, bro. It's not even on Disney Plus. It's on Netflix. They had to sell that joint quick. You know what I'm saying? Get that money back. But yeah, bro. It's characters I don't know, but I can't judge it yet. I just know like the lion was not lying. Was not Mufasa, bro. And that's what it is. Anything else? I think that's it, bro. Yeah. I talked about Novocaine last week, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I think that's about it. But hope y'all enjoyed this episode. If y'all did, smash that like button down below for it. Subscribe if you have not already. And see y'all next week. Stay geeked. Peace.
Later, y'all.